Rejected but Survived by Elizabeth Moore, narrated by BookZoro. Before we start, let us know in the comments where you're listening from and what kind of stories you enjoy most. We love hearing from our listeners. Chapter 1. Rue's POV. My whole body felt joyful as I made my way to Riley's room after finishing all my work for the day. Riley Sullivan has been my only friend in the pack, despite all the evil eyes that I have to worry about all day every day. He stayed with even when his friends didn't want to. I have always been tagged as a stigma that followed me. It has been more than a year I turned 18, and I have still not seen my wolf, nor shifted. No one has been able to tell me who I am, but everybody assumes I am an Omega, since I was left to die in front of the Blue Moon Pack 18+ years ago. Including me. That is the only explanation that makes sense. No one would have discarded me if I was in any way useful to them. No one. So, to have a beta friend is more than I could ever wish for in a place where I feel useless and unwanted. I counted my steps as I bounced in anticipation of what's to come. Tonight was going to mark the end of my troubles, the end of my worries and the end of my shame, and the beginning of new things. I am going to be forever free, and after tonight, I will start to feel a little sense of belonging. Just as it should have been, I will be a normal pack member. Riley said he loves me, and he is going to be with me forever, and tonight would be a proof of that. I am going to give my all to him tonight. Now that I have found out that he is my mate, is making me even extraordinarily happy, and I can almost not contain what I am feeling. Let me introduce myself. I am Rue. Yeah, just Rue, with no surname. I have never met my parents. I have been told, or should I say I have been mocked numerous times about being dumped by the gate of the pack on a cold day, and the alpha at that time could not just bear to turn a baby away in the cold. But maybe it would have been better if they had turned a blank eye and allowed me to die at that time, if they knew they would not take responsibility of taking care of me fully. Then I would not have lived through all the pain and sadness I had to go through trying to prove myself to the people that have written me off completely as a mere slave. Don't get me wrong. The alpha at the time tried his best, and now I'm grateful that he didn't give up on me. It would have been a really good thing if he was still the alpha now, but he died pretty early due to a very rare disease that killed some of us. Hey, where are you bouncing to? Alexis dragged me from behind, turning me towards her. I was not concentrating enough to have seen her coming towards me. If I did, I would have tried my best to avoid her. She never lets me rest. Always one thing to complain about. Alexis! I greeted her in a frustrated tone. Alexis is one of Riley's friends, and the daughter of one of the high-end officials who has never hidden the fact that she hates me, so I try my best to avoid her any time I see her coming toward me. Today was not just my best time of doing so.
I asked you a question. Where are you going? Have you finished the chores from the pack kitchen?
She said, looking down at me in her 5'9" to my 5'6". Yes, Alexis. I have done everything that's asked of me today. I have completed my chores. I rolled my eyes in frustration.
She blinked her over-dolled-up face as my answer caught her unexpectedly. Probably because it usually takes me a lot of hours to finish washing all the plates used by the whole pack and still help make dinner. But I planned this earlier, and I worked faster than I have ever done at washing plates, also making a deal with the cook. Mr. Pat, that I would help him with the next day's lunch and dinner instead of tonight's dinner helped me a whole lot. And thank goodness I didn't need to roll myself at his feet before he gave me the permission. This early, are you sure? Yes, I finished early because I have other things to do today. Another job? Are you working for money? Do you have someone who is paying you? Is that why you rushed the chores you were given today? Did you even do them well? What about dinner? Is it not your turn to help out?
I am going to tell the beta in charge about what you have done, you wrench. And I am going to make sure they beat you up, or even lock you in the dungeon. Of course I have jobs that pay me some little coins that I go by, but I am not about to tell her that, and her threat would do nothing to stop what's going to happen with me and Riley this night.
No, I am not going to another job, I snapped at her. I will not allow her intimidate me. The dinner is being made, and I'm sure it's going to be done anytime soon. Stop jumping into conclusions and go see if your brother needs help with his diaper again. Can I go now? You are delaying me. I could see some of her friends coming far end behind her, and it will only add to what's already happening if they meet us there together. They are probably going to eat, or just going to hang around the pack's large dining before dinner. Either way, I don't want them to see us here talking together. I am sorry, but I gave to go, I said, as I started to make my way out of her presence. She didn't allow me go. She held me back, and it was so hurtful this time. Where are you going? She asked, sternly and unrelenting. I am not telling you that. Oh, I know. Everybody knows. You are going to meet Riley again. We all know he has been playing you, telling you the exact things you want to hear. I can assure you that he is going to use you and then dump you like he should have a long time ago now. Why would he do that? Riley loves me, unlike you lot. He loves me and he sticks out for me. Anything that happens between us is none of your damn business, I said with so much seriousness. I was not going to let her spoil the rest of my day. I just left her there and made my way out of her presence. This time, I didn't need to be polite. I know Riley would never dump me or make me look bad in front of his friends. Alexis must have said those things to get back at me for my words to her. Either way, I'm going to take it off my mind and not let it affect our night together. When I got to Riley's room, he was already waiting there for me. But I knew that something was different immediately I saw him. His bold smile turned to smirk, and then back to the smile I first saw, but there was no way I would have missed the quick change. He should know that I'm his mate now, since he has seen me, but since he is not talking about it, I will just let it be. Maybe he has not found out yet. I have heard of some mates found out that they were mated before the other. Maybe ours is like that too. I wanted tonight to be special. If he has not noticed it, it might be because it has been written that way. So I didn't mention us being mates to him. Let tonight be without any of that. I thought he would tell me and be excited about it, but since he does not even know it yet, then I will just leave it be. Knowing he is my mate even makes tonight worth it to me. I have vowed that I am going to give my virginity only to my mate, because then I will be able to give my all to the person who would revive my fate. And I'm more than happy that my mate is none other than my friend Riley. His masculine room felt even cozier today, his bed looking extra tempting, but through the temptation, I was hesitating to move from where I stood away from the door. Come here, Rue. Are you going to stay there all evening? His voice sounds so strong, screaming masculine all over it even though he was just 2 years older than me. I moved to the sound of his voice, like it was pulling and directing my brain functionality. I'm coming, I said shyly, and I kept moving closer to him. This is going to be my first time, so I know it's natural for me to hesitate and feel nervous, but it is also going to be with the person I trust most in the universe. He met me halfway and immediately pulled me into an embrace, his lips finding mine in a kiss that took my breath away. A soft sound escaped us both, lost in the overwhelming joy of the moment. I wanted to be lost in his touch, in the intensity of his presence. He held me close as he kissed me, a feeling I had never experienced before, so profound and right. I am so glad I'm finally doing this with you, I whispered between kisses.
I'm happy I'm spending the rest of my existence with you, Riley. You are going to change my life forever." He didn't answer in words, but his kiss deepened, answering everything I felt. I started to say. "Shh," he whispered, gently placing a hand over my lips to quiet me. He moved with purpose, lifting me into his arms and carrying me toward the bed. He laid me down with such tenderness, his gaze never leaving mine, filled with a promise that made all my shyness vanish. He had told me over and again how much he loved me and how much he cherished the bond we were about to begin, but I couldn't help but think about what Alexis had said to me earlier.
"Wait!"
I said as he pulled back slightly, his expression shifting. I thought he would offer words of comfort, something to help me settle the nerves racing through me. "What?" he asked, his voice tight, sounding a little impatient. "Can you tell me something? Anything to take my mind off the pain. I have heard that it is somehow painful. Don't worry, we will be done before you know it. But still, tell me something. Something you know I would like," I insisted. "I love you?" That sounded like a question to me, and it was pretty hurried. I would have queried him, but he was already penetrating inside me, and the pain swept the words away from my mouth. The whole experience ended as quickly as it had started, and it felt different from all the stories I had ever heard. I told myself it would surely grow deeper and more meaningful with time. After all, it was only the beginning of our journey together. It didn't take long before sleep enveloped me. Chapter 2, Rue's POV. All morning, I noticed the change in Riley. He would not speak to me. He would leave when I come into a room, and I just knew that this was his own way of avoiding me, after our supposed hot night together. Firstly, when I woke up, he was nowhere to be found, and that almost made me weep. Sniff. I thought he would have stayed through whatever he had planned for me. I thought he would kiss me to wake me up, and all those romantic things. But now, I have to chase him around, just to have a normal conversation with me. All my fears started to show themselves in my face now, with little to nothing to do about it. I finally got him to talk to me after lunch, after hours of doing the chores I promised to do the day before. He shouted at me,
"How can you be my mate? You fuck! And retard! I have never thought of you as my mate. That is why I tried not to talk about it yesterday. But since you would not shut up about it," with the expression I have never seen before on his face, and the joy and happiness of finding out that he is my mate suddenly disappeared from my face. I asked, moving closer to him like the naive girl that I am.
"Riley, what do you mean? You told me you wanted to be my mate. You told me you wanted to stay with me for a long, long time. Damn, you told me you love me." "So what are you saying now?" My heart starting to shatter into pieces. I didn't want to believe what he meant. I have only always known his love. I have only known his friendship. Why would he do this to me? Why would he say this harsh words to my face? He said,
"What do you think I mean? I'm going to have to reject you. I am not going to have a weak wolf as my mate. How am I going to gain anything from that? You don't even know who your parents are, and you have not been able to turn since your—"
He paused and looked at me with disgust. "It won't hurt so much, since your wolf is not even there," he sprouted out, as if he is caring for me. My heart would not stop beating so hard that I could almost hear it in my ears. I replied in a pleading voice, so the break in my voice was quite audible.
"What do you mean, Riley? My heart won't take it. The mate bond won't take it so easy. Please don't do this."
"I'm going to feel so empty without you. You told me just last night that you love me. You promised me that you wanted me to give you my virginity because you will stay with me forever, because you want us to be mates. Yes, I have no more shame left. I would kneel down with my 2 knees if that meant him changing his mind. In fact, I would clean his feet with my most cherished clothes. He is the only one I thought had my back in the whole pack. Now he was leaving me completely. Yes, I would throw myself at him, beg him, everything I can or have to do for him to change his mind. He said,
These kind of things happen when a male or a female don't like their mates, and they all got over it. You will get over it too. I'm the future alpha of this pack. I don't need a weak, no wolf, and an orphan wolf ruling beside me. He started to walk away, so I realized that maybe this was not the exact time he would reject me, and maybe I should have let him go. But I didn't. I followed him, still trying to make him see reasons why he should not reject me. He said, not bothering himself to look back, Stop following me! We were on the training field, where no one seemed not to be using at that moment, so there was plenty of space to catch up to him, follow him around without having to worry about hiding my shame from anyone else.
No one should see this version of me. The pity and discrimination they all have for me were enough reasons why I should stop him from making it inside. Inside will be too crowded with the people I want to avoid, by all means possible. Our pack is filled with families, coming together as one, although related by cousins and distant cousins, and even friends. Now, with the recent thing happening with Riley, it seems I am the only one who has none of those things, no, even a friend. What do you want me to do when you are about to break the one thing I have been waiting and depending on my whole life? You took the only thing that I have that's all of mine, and the only one thing that I have a say over from me, telling me you love me and you will be happy to be with me forever. Boo-hoo. Tears started to fall down from my eyes now. I could not help but think about the effects of what the rejection would have on my whole existence. The other guys have only put up with the reason to give me some respect because I was with Riley, and they respected him. Now they would have no reason to, and I don't even have any reason to stand tall in front of them anymore. He turned to me now. If you want to leave the pack, I can help you. I mean, if the shame would be too much for you. So I looked into his eyes. I really wanted him to say this was all a prank, and that he is sorry, he said, breaking the gaze.
Don't look at me like that, I asked, still clueless to the reason before my eyes.
Why are you doing this, Riley? Why exactly? You were not like this just yesterday. Why are you doing this to me? I don't understand. Well, a lot of things can change in one day. I have just realized that there are other important things in this life that are more than charity. Charity, charity.
Yes, Charity. I have only been friends with you because I pitied you. I just knew I would have to reject you when I found out that you were my mate yesterday. But I was not going to let you just go like that. I was going to take a gift with me.
When I was able to pity you that much and fought my friends because of you, why would the moon goddess think she could pair me with you instead of to a beta or even an alpha? His handsome face was filled with disgust. I took 2 steps back. The realization came flooding back to me. This whole thing was not genuine likeness. This whole thing was not love but a mere pity, a total pretense. I wanted to enter into the ground of the field. If that would not be possible to do, I wanted to drown myself in the sea and never have to face anyone again in this pack, or even in this life. The whole purpose had just been shattered into pieces and would never be glued together again, because even if we could, it would never be the same again.
Riley! What are you doing out here? With her, a girl, friend of Riley, came towards us, and she had a look of excitement, and I wish I could be in her position.
My heart was too shattered to smile. Even though she does not like me, None of them really does. They just put up with me. The discussion with Riley had just confirmed it. I was a charity case, he said, as if he was trying to hide the fact that he was mated with me. I am only speaking to her about something, nothing important. Of course, this matter is not as important to him as it is for me. She looked at me. What is the something then? You both look too serious for people who are not saying something serious. Doesn't she laugh all the time? Why is she looking so grim now? I didn't answer, 'cause I do not think it was any of her business why I was looking the way I was looking. After waiting for a few seconds with no reply, she dismissed it. My love, come then, since what you both are saying is of no importance. I have a thing of my own I want you to help me with. She went closer to him, locking their arms together, tiptoed to give him a short kiss on the lips. My love looked at me as if she was oblivious about what's happening around her. She turned her face to his and focused it there intently, but he was looking at me as if he has been caught in his deceit. Now this is the reason. This is the main reason for his cruelty. He had been making me feel like he loved me while he was with someone else, someone I blindly thought was just a friend, the daughter of the alpha to the pack. I have heard that he has been promised to be the next alpha, because the alpha's family has no sons, and since he was friends with their daughter, it's only okay to give the title to him. I had always thought it was so strange to give him the alpha, because Lola and Riley were just friends. Riley had always dismissed it as not important whenever I brought up my concerns. But now, she was boldly calling him my love. This is complete shame. How was I to put my head up in the pack when everyone except me knows that I have been deceived all along, in the name of pity? I spat the words at his face.
What are you waiting for, Riley? Do what you have come here to do,
Lola asked. What is she talking about? He replied. Nothing to concern yourself about. She faced me again.
No, I want to know. Now that I think about it, I feel like you guys are saying something intimate. What are you talking to my babe about, you shameful pest? Are you throwing yourself at him? Is that what this is all about?
I could not answer. I was too hurt to talk. I wanted to run as far as I could. I wanted to run away from this world that I have only knew. He said solemnly, She is my mate. The moon goddess paired her up with me, and I am in the middle of rejecting her when you came. She laughed hard. She laughed so much, and it almost made me lose my mind. This is not in any way funny, and there is absolutely nothing to be worried about. This all would end soon anyway. I could hear Lola say, as I focused on my fingers for a minute.
You were mated to her! What are you waiting for? Reject her!
I was about to, Lola.
Okay, then go ahead!
I could hear myself say, after just a few seconds of focusing on my nails, but it was not helping out of the situation. I cannot believe you are letting her tell you what to do. This is so not you.
Does it matter what she tells me? I am going to reject you anyways, she said, kissing him on his lips again, but this time it lasted long seconds. Yes, please reject her. My bed is waiting earnestly for you. He was enjoying it so much that I thought to myself how I missed all of this.
I, Riley Sullivan, the next alpha of Blue Moon Pack, rejects you, Rue, with no surname and no rank, as my mate. The force of the mate bond breaking pulled out air away from my lungs. I thought I would die. Maybe it was better anyway. If this doesn't kill me, I will find what will.
You have to accept the rejection.
Lola was beside me. not helping me up, but telling me do complete the ceremony. With the remaining strength in me, Rue, I accept your rejection. Riley Sullivan. It knocked me out completely. I felt my body hit the floor, and none of the two of them even tried to help me up. Truly, I had no one. They started to move away from me, as I could hear Lola say, "Everyone is going to hear about this. I can't wait." I knew I was not going to go back to the pack, or even stay in the world a day longer. No one would miss me anyway. I just need to be able to gather strength and stand up from where I laid on the floor. Chapter 3. Rue's POV. My eyes awoke to splashes of rain on my face and dirt around me. I was weak, no doubt. I felt powerless. I took a good look around me. The field was still as empty as I remember it from earlier that evening. The memories of his rejection hit me again, but this time I was more aware of it. It didn't come to me as shocking. I must have passed out for hours, because it was beginning to get very dark, but my eyes adjusted quickly to the darkness evolving around me and my environment. To think I was still on the field, wet and dirty, it means I have absolutely no one on my side, no one who cared if I was okay or not. I had at least thought Riley would keep me away from the pouring rain and put me in a shelter, no matter how small, no matter how shattered it would be, and maybe a warm blanket would do. But nothing. I'm still here, drained, dirty, and cold. I have no family, no friends, no worthy enemy even. I have heard you can only have enemies if there is one thing that they can be jealous of about you. Only if you have greatness they want to get from you, even if they have to hate you for it. I guess those kind of things are not for somebody like me. I have nothing to be jealous of. I have no greatness someone wants to steal. Maybe if I did, the hateness would make me feel like a human being. It would make me feel like I belong to something, somewhere. Now I merely feel like trash. I picked myself up from the mud and let the rain wash away the dirt away from my body. I was cold, with absolutely nowhere to go, no one to look forward to, and no warmth to look forward to. Maybe if I have not been abandoned by my parents and family as a pub, just maybe I would not feel so much hurt right now. Maybe I would be filling my tummy with all the food and wines I want in this world, and all the love that I have missed. I know I have been practically left alone to die out here. No other way. I cannot go back inside the pack because of my shame, and if Riley or any one of the people I have helped to cook, or helped take care of their babies, or helped to weigh their laundry, if any of those ones wanted me back into the pack, they would have found me in the rain before now and carried me to safety, because by now the news would have gotten everywhere about the rejected mate, so why go back? I have never belonged there anyway. If I leave the pack, I will end up being rogue wolf in no time, and with the little power and skill I have in me, I am left powerless. Rogue hunters will kill me when they realize I belong to no family in the pack. It would only mean to them that I have been banished from committing a big offense, and that would be more disgraceful if they end up bringing my body back here, and no one to claim me. I should be the one to decide how I will go out of this world, no one else. The drops of the rain hitting the floor, and my body was almost deafening me. Ah! I screamed. To nothing in particular. I wanted to get the heaviness inside my heart out of me. I wanted the heaviness of my heart to melt away. Boo-hoo! I fell down on the ground again and cried, surrendering to my fate, forgetting for a minute that I was getting my already half-clean dress dirty again.
If this is how my life was going to end, I'm going let go on my own terms. Yes, this was stupid, but I'd prefer it 10 times to what would happen to me if I end up in the hands of the rogue hunters.
I carried myself up again, dragged my legs as much as they could carry me. There is no point worrying about how I look. All of this would not matter in my minutes. When I will be gone from this world, away from loneliness and hurt, away from the shame, homelessness and lovelessness. I walked the remaining of my journey to my defeat, where it all would end. It was a lake out of the pack, where I often go to when I wanted to enjoy nature without worrying and be at peace. That Hope Lake was the only thing closest to happiness for me, and now that's where I am going to choose to die. That would make sense if someone were to know the reason I choose the lake later. On my entire stroll to the lake, all I wanted to think about were reasons that would be worth my staying alive. Just one reason that would make me rethink my decision to end my life and want to find a reason, just one. But as much as I searched on my mind and in my head, I could not find absolutely nothing was worth it. Once I got to the lake, I placed myself on the small rock beside the lake. The lake was somehow disturbed by the rain and the darkness, just like I was. But at least it was getting full. Something was being added to its existence. Unlike me, I was feeling empty. I sat there and just sucked in the beauty of the view once more, and for the last time. Boo-hoo! I cried my eyes out, knowing that after today I would not be able to enjoy any of these things. If only the lake could talk to me. If only the rock could cover me with warmth. Maybe there won't be any need to go away, but none of this would be worth it if they don't fill up my heart with warmth anymore.
I stood up from the rock and walked towards the edge of the lake for easy access. It has stopped raining now, so it was easy for me to see around me very well. Nobody was around there, which was okay, and probably the best, that no one would see me in the act of taking my life. No one in their right mind would even be out in the rain at this time anyway. I didn't want to waste any more time thinking about it over and over again, so I took into action. I heard a loud voice calling out to me. I could not make out the words, but I know only a human being would sound like that. But all that didn't matter.
I was already on my way down into the depth and the blackness of the lake, about to be forgotten forever.
Chapter 4. Kaizen's POV. Kai, do you think that thing over there beside the lake is a human being or an animal? My best friend and second in command, Marcel, first announced, but since it was not in a panic voice, I didn't want to think so much of it. He likes to trick me when we are off duties, but only because of those tricks. The weight of being too professional and the rules that bound my world has not affected our friendship amongst others, although I'm not complaining about any of it. I have had my own share of fun over the years, so now I just let the rest fall into place. We were out here to the cabin because of the rain. It has been crazy and tiring leading the pack through the week, and I just wanted to run wild without expecting anyone reminding me of my duties.
Kai, I think she is going to jump.
Now, there was panic in his voice. I stopped removing the remains of my clothes, then turned to see what he was looking at, and truly, a small girl, looking dirty, drenched in the rain, and maybe her own tears, was by the edge of the lake trying to jump into it. Damn, that water would be icy cold with the rain and everything, I muttered.
What are you waiting for? Go convince her not to kill herself. What do you mean, convince her? If she made it here where no one would have seen her in this rain, then her mind is made already, I replied, almost sure of myself.
Oh, so you are just going to leave the poor girl alone to die, he pushed.
You know that's not what I'm talking about. She is probably a rogue, Marcel. Can't you see? She is probably frustrated with her life and wants to end it. Don't let us interrupt anything going on down there.
Deep down in me, I wanted it not to be so. I mean, if she was a rogue, she is justified because of all the crazy suffering she would get as one. But at the same time, what if that's not it? It was getting really late now. And with the rain, no one would be able to see her body until tomorrow.
Stop looking at me like that, Marcel! You know I'm not supposed to get involved with things like this. We have rules. But you made those rules. You can just bend it a little bit. By the way, I know you. Apart from all those wicked and authoritative shit you do, you still have that kindness in your heart. He paused and continued. And I know for a fact that if that girl actually dies, you will not be able to forgive yourself. That was true. I would not. I know you won't be able to forgive yourself either, I said to him. I know morals too. Damn right I won't, he replied back, confidently. That was convincing enough. Sometimes I just have so much love for Marcel, the way he gets me. Of course. I hit him across the back. His muscle was hard, but I know mine was harder. He smiled but didn't comment. I always do that, letting him know I have the broadest shoulders. And since he was really not talking back and arguing with me, it must mean he didn't want me to waste any more time. I wore back my already removed clothes since I was preparing to change for a run, and thank goodness we had not left the cabin yet, because then I would have to go back to get my clothes and then run to her. That would take away so much time than we would be able to spare. I didn't mind the rain as I dashed into it, screaming to Marcel, "Bring me some warm blankets," as I go. I was going to just walk up to her without her realizing it so it would not scare her so much. But that's when she started to jump. My heart practically left my heart for her as I called out to her. But it's like the wind had gone with my voice before it got to her. The rain was stopping now, but the coldness of the water would not make her last a minute. She might actually pass out immediately. Her body hits the water. I wonder if 30 seconds would be enough for me to get to her no matter how fast I am. I just prayed she holds on before then. I started to run really fast, and without thinking I jumped into the lake after her. It took me a whole 3 seconds to find her. She was getting caught in the waves of the water about 15 feet away from me. But to my surprise, she has not passed out yet, and she was not trying to herself out either.
There must be some real shit happening to her life. One thing I know is, her body was strong, not her mind.
Girl! Just stay where you are! I will come get you!
It was my voice that rather made her afraid, not the water. And just like that, I think she lost her balance again and started to go down. I dove inside the water after her. It was so dark that I tried to adjust my eyes to it. As an alpha, it should not be that difficult.
I saw her going deep down, eyes open, and fixed at me, like she was saying something but could not voice it out. Then she just closed her eyes, as if she was done, and it was finally over.
I followed her as she sunk down the water, reached one of her arm first, that enabled me to steadily reach her whole body. She opened her eyes again to look at me, shaking her head, probably telling me to stop. If I wanted to stop, I would not have come after her in the first place. There is absolutely no way I'm going to let her die now. I am too close to let her just die because she said so. I pulled her towards the edge of the lake. With her pulling back and fighting back would only tire her out, but maybe that's what she needs. I'm not going to allow the rogue die in my territory.
We finally got to the edge, and I was able to carry her out without too much stress because she was tired. Good thing that Marcel was already waiting for us. I was getting cold myself.
Damn! She is freezing! Come on up!
He covered the both of us with the blanket, but I don't think it was going to do anything to keep us warm.
Let's head to the cabin. She is icy cold, and I don't think this blanket is going to do anything at all. I need some fire burning.
Yes, Your Majesty. This was not a time to joke, but it's cool that he would think of doing that now.
The walk to the cabin was shorter than I thought it would be, and the warmth of it was what I lived for at the moment.
Prepare a bed for her close to the fire, Marcel, and get me more blankets.
Did you first check if she drank up some water? No, she didn't. I have checked. It's right for him to think I forgot and be worried, but I'm not that dumb.
I have not been able to see her face clearly, but this is not just the time. If she survives tonight, which I am going to make sure of, we can do the introduction later in the morning, or any other morning. I placed her down, removed her upper layer clothes, and covered her with blankets while I get out of my wet clothes too.
You are freezing yourself. Maybe you should lie close to her. Share the blankets and the fire. What has happened to my own bed and my own blankets? I will be just fine there, thank you.
Those are yours. You wanted me to get a bed worked out, Kai, and that's it. I used your beddings because I thought you would sleep on it.
You didn't think I would sleep on it, Marcel? That thought just came into your mind now. But what was I supposed to do? We only prepared for 2, and since both of you are cold and in need of the fire, it's only right to sleep on it together. That's the only way this can work. Of course! This is the only way. Get out of my sight, Marcel! You annoy me. I thought I was your favorite a while ago. Prick! Stop reading into my mind when I have not given you the permission to.
Yes, sir. Alpha Kaizen. He went to the professional mode for a minute, and just when I thought it was going to stay like that, he busted out laughing. Remind me never to take you seriously. I will. And we are here so we would leave the world of seriousness behind in the first place, isn't it? I'm not going to allow you bully me into seriousness this time. Now please, stay close to the girl. She is still shaking.
Damn, I hate you.
And I love you too, my brother. Always and forever. Now let's get this over with and get a good sleep. Thank goodness the rain has stopped pouring. It will be comfortable for her soon, he said, but he was still standing there, waiting.
Waiting for something. Come on, go to sleep then. You don't expect us to actually have a conversation while I'm holding a girl in my hands, do you?
Oh no, of course not. I will be out of your way then. But be careful, my friend.
Be careful about what? I am more careful than ever right now. You know what I'm talking about. That is a lady beside you. And a sexy one at that.
Get the fuck out of here, Marcel! He would never learn, and she is not sexy to me in any way.
All right, but you know I'm just saying this because I know you, and you have not allowed yourself to be close to a woman since your mate died, so it might be a little too much for you to want to handle.
And I know hard it has been for you. And I know that's why you pour yourself into work all the time without waiting or stopping. And that's why I like it so much that we took this weekend off. And now we somehow was able to save someone, a small girl's life, after weeks of taking your enemies' lives.
I am happy for you, because I know it is good for your almost damaged soul, so take it in as much as you want. Swallow it, let your head sink into it, and absorb it. He was right. It felt good to save someone who has not committed any crime in the first place. Even if I don't know her well enough to say that, it does not matter if she was a rogue or not. Most times, rogues don't deserve anything that happens to them. They only don't just have people who would stand up for them or protect them. Rogue or not, she does not deserve to die.
Thank you for saying that, and I hope that this is just another way of redemption. I will make sure that she is okay. I will take care of her, nothing else. Now let's get to our beds.
He left this time without any more complaints, while I placed myself beside the girl. Just as I gathered her in my hands, the sense hits me differently than I have not had in years. And from my experience, this only happens when your mate is near you. I looked down at her, and just then my wolf kept ringing in my head.
Mate! Mate!
Chapter 5, Rue's POV. I could almost feel that I was in a safe place, even before I opened my eyes. It felt safe, yes, and warm. One of the things I have been lacking in my life for a very long time is warmth. The body engulfed me, making me feel like a big wolf was giving me its warmth, and I just wish I had the luxury to lay there forever and forget the very thing that had brought me there. I tried to make sense of what had happened the night before, since it was obvious that I am still alive and fleshy, and I have not been eaten by fishes or torn by animals because they see me as weak. If any of those didn't happen, then I am probably in the hands of the rogue hunters, a fate worse than death itself. I paused, But why was I being protected and cuddled by a rogue hunter? It does not make any sense. I should either be tied to a wall or beaten or even tortured to ask whatever it is that I have done that I had become a rogue. I mean, that should be what this moment should be about. I could not think of any other scenario. Nobody would want to protect me without actually wanting something in return, or it is just mainly their gain.
Or maybe he has been told that he would be given a title, or even a piece of land if he got a new rogue to his kingdom, and he has no choice but to make sure that whatever happens, I don't escape while he sleeps.
I trace the tip of my fingers towards the middle of my thighs to see if I have been molested or 𝒔𝒕𝒊𝒔𝒕 against my will, but there was no throbbing and no bruise to indicate anything like that happening to me. I don't even feel any pain left from my first 𝒔𝒕𝒊𝒔𝒕 with Riley, and that's for the better. I don't need anything reminding me of that night.
I have been a fool, all right, but I am not going to keep wallowing in my sadness and the betrayal.
I listened carefully to see if someone was awake amongst them. I know rogues hunters always walk in packs of 5 or more, but there was no talking. Maybe they are still asleep, or maybe they are not early risers like how I have always been forced to be. I opened my eyes slowly to take a glimpse at my environment. It looked like a cabin, a very cozy one, and it had almost all the things that would last me a lifetime and make me happy forever if I could stay there.
But I cannot stay here. I have to go before they wake up and take me as a prisoner. Then, there won't be much hope for me.
Removing myself away from the big man's hands was the hardest part of my escape. I had to get away from him without waking him up. After a few dreadful minutes of working myself out, I finally break free. The fire was still burning low, and that must mean the person tending to the fire might have just taken their sleep, or they are awake, and somewhere in or around the cabin. Tiptoeing was the best strategy for me. I made my way to the door. Thank goodness that it was near, and the door didn't even make any creaky sound. Once I got outside, I ran through the path directly across the cabin. Luckily for me, I could see the rock and the Hope Lake not far from where I was. This must mean I am still around the places that I know.
And I could not be happier. That is fantastic. As I made my way towards my destination, the only reasonable place to pass through was the woods, and without hesitation, I made my way. The ground of the woods was a bit harder to walk because of the rain-soaked ground from the night before. It was not very easy to walk through as I carry myself all through it. It didn't take long for me to see a small stone to sit on along my way, so I could take a small break. I removed the heap of mud from my slippers to enable easy assessment for my remaining short journey. The fallen leaves were a great help. "Look at her!" Followed by a ha-ha. Wicked laugh found its way to my ears. The all-too-familiar voice caught me unaware. Not hearing people come sneak up to me has been happening a lot lately, and I hate myself for not concentrating enough. No wonder everyone thinks I am weak. "Adam! Luke! What are you guys doing here so early in the morning and away from the pack?" I stood up from the stone and straightened my almost clean dress. Adam and Like are also friends of Riley. They are always up to one mischief or the other, and we have never said more than 5 words to each other. But would it not be rude to ignore them because of that? "I told you we would still see her. She has nowhere to go, you know. Don't forget to give me your lunch today. I won this bet," Luke said to Adam, as if I had not just asked a question. What were they doing in the woods hours away from the pack in the first place? It couldn't possibly be because of me. "Damn! I didn't want to believe it! If I did, I would not have bet my precious lunch on her," Adam replied with a regretful look on his silly face. I was getting super worried. First, because they were sounding so weird, and second, because they were somewhere they should not be, and I am the main reason for that. But we are not even friends. "Are you guys going to explain to me why you are here so early this morning or not? If you don't want to answer my question, Can you be on your way to wherever your destination is already? I stood my ground as if I was not afraid of their tactics.
But I was shaking vigorously all over my body. If only they could see.
Riley, today us what happened. He also said you were an innocent, but he has taken that away from you, just before her turned you down and rejected you as his mate, Adam declared. And they both gave another, ha-ha, wicked laugh.
I was already hurt by what has happened to me these past few days, and these little demons leaving the comfort of their beds and families, only because they want to spite me. I would not allow it.
I never knew Riley was a total asshole. He has started spilling out all we had talked about in secret to his useless friends. He should have at least kept my dignity to the end. What else has he given me to hold on to? Nothing? Okay, is that why you are here to look for me early in the morning? How long have you been searching the area just to make a quick laugh at a poor girl with no parents, friends, or family? Tell me, how long? I see you have nothing better to do with your time. Now that you have gotten the answer that you came here for, can you please leave? I am in the middle of a situation here and you are disrupting my plans. I sat down again, while I tried to finish brushing off the mud from my slippers.
It's funny how they are not being affected by the mud, and I am. Even the mud does not agree with me. Roo. He gestured around the woods for me to see, and continued. You know you are by yourself here, and even if we hurt you, no one would know, and even if they did, you would be long dead before you are found. So you better keep your sharp mouth closed this time.
You cunt! What are you rambling about?
I almost spat on his face. I stood up again, but this time I slowly walked away from them. They could hurt me, and truly no one would know that I am even missing. I had left on my own accord. Now, I regret my decision of leaving the hands of the rogue. Maybe they would have at least given me a proper burial. Don't worry. We are not going to kill you or anything. We have just come here to confirm something, Luke said, walking toward me to stop my movement.
Okay then, what is it? What do you guys here to confirm? Ask me, and I will give you the answer right away so you can go back to where you came from. Oh! Luke declared dismissively. We don't need to ask you. We will find out ourselves. How do we know you would not lie to get out of this situation? Just ask me and see if I will lie. I am not going to ask you if you are still innocent, even after your one hot night with Riley. We are going to check for ourselves, right, Adam?
100%.
I think you guys must be out of your minds. How do you intend to check? I knew what they meant and I was scared to death. You are wasting time. Let's get this over with.
I turned to run as they started to move closer to me, but I was not fast enough.
They were already pining me down to the mud floor. The force they held me with was too much. I thought my heart would leap out of my throat. I suggest you leave me now. Have you not stopped to think about why you saw me here? I am under the protection of the Alpha King of the Crescent Pack. He will have both of your heads when he finds out what you are about to do to me. That was the only thing I could think about. I knew we were already on the border of Crescent Pack, and if they know what was best for them, they would leave me until they were sure I was telling the truth or lying to them. I had no power over the two of them. They are going to be betas soon, and they are already more powerful. The only weapon and strength I have are the words of my mouth and my wit. I thought to scream, but that would only make Adam and Luke not believe that I have the protection of the Alpha King of the Crescent Pack. And even if they would believe me, there was no way the rogue hunters would hear me from where I am. Adam and Luke would not allow my scream to go far, and even if it did, I am only calling more problems to myself. Stop lying! I know you would do anything to get yourself out from under my pants right now. Don't worry, I will bang you better than Riley did. Boo-hoo! Okay, hold on! Please stop! You are hurting me! Please! I promise you, the Alpha King will have your heads for this!
This was the end for me. No one will come here to save me, just like it has always been. Without straining myself any further, I started to stop struggling when I heard the masculine voice, and the pause of action from the boys made it even more obvious that I was not dreaming it.
Did you not hear the girl? She said she has the protection of the Alpha King. Leave her alone this minute.
The man howled, and the woods became almost still. I don't want to know if this was a lie to save me or the truth. I didn't care. I took my slippers in my hands, stood up, and dashed towards this beautiful man, and fell into his hands. He is my hero this morning. Anything else can come after.
Chapter 6. Kaizen's POV. I have heard plenty people say that they feel rather invincible when they feel no one is looking at them when doing something out of ordinary, or when they feel they have to do something out of the ordinary. That must be what she has on her mind, to think I don't know what she is doing, finding her way to break away from my body and then making her way out of the house with her legs barely touching the ground. I stayed on the bed because of her. I wanted to keep her warm until she was not shaking anymore. I guess now she is strong enough to escape without taking a glance back at the ones who have just saved her from the brink of death. I have always been a light sleeper. Apart from it being my wolf's ability, it is something I have helped myself to learn from before I even became alpha, and the ability has helped me in so many ways to even count. I have been saved from near-death experiences because of it, and well, now I can also notice when an ungrateful girl leaves my presence without saying a little sentence as thank you. I laid down still on the beddings. I didn't want to move or follow her. If she thinks her problems are all sorted out, then that's okay. And she is also free to make sure she gets her suicide done perfectly this time, without a knight in shining armor saving her. Are you not going after her? I heard him, but I ignored him. Why should I go after someone determined to die? Marcel is also an early riser, so I don't doubt it for a second that he has seen every move that she made. I know she is my mate, but I am not about to tell him that. Who knows what he will say to that? Who knows what everyone would say to that?
Kai, I know you can hear me. He came in front of me now, bent down while he stirred a cup of coffee.
Yes, I can hear you, Marcel, but I'm choosing not to respond to you, I said, unapologetically.
But why not? The girl is barely strong enough to make it anywhere far. It's still cold outside. But let's talk about what that rain would have done to the floor. She is not going to last out there, he finished, stood up, stirred his coffee some more, and took a satisfying sip. Why should I be the one to go? You also have the strength and power to save her. But I can't. I am not on duty, but you. Your duty follows you everywhere. It's ingrained in your blood, body, and soul. And besides, you are the one that saved her. She is more accustomed to your scent. She would need not be afraid, since her body will remember your smell. Bullsh! I honestly do not believe anything that comes out of your mouth. He is just trying to get off any attachment, but he has just pushed me into one. And I sure as hell know that if he finds out that she is my mate, we might have to have another discussion about how kind he wants me to be with a total stranger.
I'm not going to allow him to see that piece of thought. I will be the one to tell him about my unplanned mate.
Only if we had not come here when we did. Only if we were not about to go for a run when we did. Only if she had not chosen the same place we were, to die. She would be gone with her sorrows, and I will be alive with mine.
Then maybe we would not have met each other. Our worlds would not have crossed paths, and I would not be fighting with myself so much about what the right thing to do is. What do I tell Ilaria about this unplanned mate? Why would the moon goddess do this to me?
What are you thinking about? You gotta start moving Alpha. She would not last long on that road. I'm sure he's stressed on the Alpha because he wants to remind me of my duties, but I still don't see any reason why I would save her when she is not even one of my people.
I removed the blankets from my body as I removed myself from the comfortably of the bed. I walked past Marcel to the towel in front of me. I wanted to take a cold shower while I forget what she did to me throughout the night, with her body slamming into mine like her whole life depended on it. She must have done it out of fear of something. She held me so close it was difficult to not take her right there, and my wolf was not any easy. He was hungry for her, and I could feel it, more than I would have liked to.
Her scent. Oh, the way her body was reacting to my unknowingly was driving me insane, and the only thing that stopped me from taking her was the fact that she is too delicate and small. I might break her.
Then it occurred to me. If I don't go to find her now, I might not see her again. Really? You want to take your bath now? Time would be long gone before you are done. He slammed into my thought, and just as if I had just been woken up, without replying to his nagging, I pulled back my clothes and dashed out of the house, telling myself that I am only going to do my best. I won't force anything at all.
It didn't take me so long to find the way she went. Her scent was all over. Even better, I can see the mud dents on the ground where she has earlier passed. I wonder how she had made it so far given the path she chose to pass. There was another way she could have passed without getting caught up in the mud. A path laid with short green grass. Not smart enough. Her smell was getting strong now, and that must mean she is near. But then I could smell other scents too. They were tainting her fresh smell, and that only made me furious.
Maybe she has quickly found her people. Maybe it's a bad idea that I follow her to meet her people. Or maybe it's a lover she arranged to meet that very early in the morning. Maybe that's why she had to sneak out? Or is she a spy? Did she come specifically to find out things for her pack? These thoughts keep coming back and forth in my head.
Damn! I'm too old to be worried about these things. No one knew where and when we were going for rest and rejuvenation this time. I didn't even tell Ilaria where I was going. I didn't need to.
I only was able to go because she finally agreed to let me be free. After how many months of asking and pleasing for her to go have fun at anything going on with her friends, so no one would know, and sure as hell, this weak girl would not know either. She could not be a spy. I know it.
She has met her people, but would it be okay to just let my mate go like that without at least seeing her for the last time? I changed my mind about going back directly to the cabin. I'm just going to tell her my piece and go back to that cold shower I was craving earlier, and to Marcel, telling him confidently that she does not want to be with us and that she has found her family. As I got closer to her scent, I can now hear some voices, and then her voice didn't sound like a pleasant one. It didn't sound like someone happy to be reunited with her family or her friends. And why she was saying sounded like she was threatening them so they could leave her alone. That is definitely not something you would say to a friend. They were visible now, and I am going to do exactly what she wants. Help her escape, since she seems to know them but does not want to go with them. Wait, are they trying to rape her? How could any man be so crazy and unintelligible? Female are meant to be protected, not harmed.
I could feel my blood burning through my veins, and it took me all the restraint I could muster to stop myself from running over there and snapping their heads off.
Did you not hear the girl? She is under the protection of the Alpha King.
I know I'm furious, but I was not expecting that my growl would come out the way it did. If I was the one in their position, I would have been scared too.
It did the job. I could see that they were shaking. And to my satisfaction, they let the girl go. And just as I thought she would, she ran straight into my arms.
I think he is the Crescent Park Alpha, Adam.
I could hear one of them say, cautioning the second person. They could not be more than 19 or 20. Still, lads making stupid decisions. Look, we know her. She is our friend and pack member. She has been missing since yesterday, and we were asked to go find her and bring her back. The other one said. I looked down at her and moved her head towards them as if there was hope in it, and then she looked at me.
If they have told you to find her and bring her, why have you been maltreating her instead?
Oh no! I think you are misunderstanding something. Up until yesterday, she was the mate to our future Alpha, and she must have run away because she was rejected and could not face the shame. Oh, we only must bring her back. We have been told to. We were just getting her ready to come with us. Then to the girl,
Come, Rue. Let's go. Riley is waiting for you.
Riley, I heard her say in a not-so-audible voice. Is that hope I hear? Is she thinking of going back to the one who has rejected her and humiliated her?
It all goes down to her decision. If she feels she is safe enough to go back with them, then it's okay. I don't have anything to say about matters that are within another pack from mine. She is my mate now, but is it not better to have her where she is safe and known than a place strange to her in many forms? And maybe she has not accepted her rejection yet. Is that why I see hope in her eyes?
I promise we will be off immediately. You release her to us, sir. We are not here to cause trouble.
Okay, good! Go and never come back!
Chapter 7. Rue's POV. Are you sure you want to go with them? I heard him say from above me. This man that I have only just met, and he is already involved with almost all the embarrassing moments of my life. I wondered if he heard any of the conversations between me and the boys. To answer his question, I nodded my head, and then I shook it. I was not sure what I wanted to do, or what would be the best thing for me.
Go with Adam and Luke and believe what they had not told me earlier, or I go with a total stranger, someone who might be the end of me if he decides to take me into the midst of his friends who may be rogue hunters, forgetting that he and his current companion had saved my life when I thought all hope was lost.
What exactly do you want to do? You are confusing me. Do you want to go with them, or do you want me to continue to stay here? He said, looking confused with the folds between his brows. He looked beautiful as I looked intently into his eyes for what seemed like a really long minute. His eyebrows were thick and full, doing their perfect job and marking their presence with elegance on his gracious face. Ah, damn, and his eyes. I feel like I have been drawn by them, and I'm being sucked in. Did you hear me?
I jerked back into reality as he dismissed my thoughts and brought me to my senses. He had a way of making everything a center of attraction to him with his powerful voice. I looked over at Luke and Adam at that moment, and what they were doing made me rethink immediately. They had this very devilish look on their faces, like they had things planned to do to me. Then it occurred to me that they must have been lying just to get away with me and not look suspicious. I mean, why didn't they tell me this before? Why didn't they let me know I was wanted back in the pack, and that Riley had given the order when they started talking to me before they planned to rape me? How do I know if I am agreeing to the very thing that might kill me or force me to stay as a rejected slave? No one would rescue me if that were to happen. No. No, I mean yes. I heard you. I don't want to go with them. I'd rather stay with you and your master. And even if you guys are rouge hunters and you choose to torture me or make me a slave, at least with that, I'd still have your protection. I'd take that over going along with them. Though you look like an uptight person and hard to please, but I still choose that over going with those two. I am not going back to that pack. I sounded determined.
Very well then, he said to me, with a low voice this time, as if he was trying not to scare me. But wait, did he just agree to torture me? Did we just have an agreement to make torture or servitude as a means of payment for helping me right now? Just who was this man anyway? I thought to myself all over again, but then it didn't matter. He just said that because he wants me to know that he is with me in this, and I'm sure he doesn't mean that he'll take my words literally. But whatever, we will solve this later.
Boys! You have to move from this premises,
he said, back with his stone-cold voice.
Yes, sir. We will move as you have said, but we just need you to release the girl to us, and we will be good as gone. Adam spoke first. She is not going with you.
His voice chilled. But, sir, I thought you just agreed with us to let her go. Why are you changing your mind all of a sudden? I could see the visible, annoyed facial expressions on their faces, and I was pleased.
She just offered me something better. Now, both of you move before I lose my tolerance.
They seemed not to understand what he meant, as they stood there still looking at him. Well, unable to move, I would say.
But once he started moving towards them with so much menacing emphasis in every step he took, they started to run without looking back.
Guess I was not the only one scared of his physique. After they left, I released my hold on his arm. I wonder how he was not hurt by it. I looked up at him and said thank you, but instead of answering me, he just gestured for me to follow him, and I did.
I thought you would have noticed by now that you can pass another way different from the muddy road. Do you want to go through what you went through again?
Oh, I didn't think of it. Thank you, I muttered, as I followed him on the grass-leveled path. How I did not even notice that there was another path to pass through was beyond my understanding. It didn't take long to get to the cabin. The leveled grass made it faster than my first journey. I tried my best not to make any sound as I possibly could, and I can say that must have calmed my mind a little bit, because he didn't say anything to make me frightened either. When he opened the door to the cabin, we were welcomed by the smell of something delicious that was being cooked. I'm not sure what delicacy it was, but whatever it is, it definitely smells like a blessing from above. It made me instantly hungry. I just realized that I had not eaten anything since the crappy breakfast I had yesterday. You are finally here. I thought to make some breakfast for you. You must be really hungry. The guy who was obviously the master said with a pan in his left hand and his right hand towards me, maybe for a shake. My name is Marcel. What's yours? I stretched my hand towards him to accept his hand. My name is Rue.
Rue? He asked, smiling.
Yes, sir, I replied. I faced the man that came to save me. What about your name? You have not told me. I don't think we are close enough for me to tell you my name, he said dismissively. But you just heard mine. I didn't ask you.
Ah, what an annoyingly arrogant man, I said to myself as I watched him walk over to the table and pull out a seat for himself. Marcel sounded like the lively one. I had seen him laugh at least 2 times since I got here, something I have not seen the rigid man do. Marcel looked more approachable, so I chose to sit in front of him during breakfast. I'd prefer to sit and stare, looking at his smiling face, than to be stuck staring into the hard man's face.
So, how did you find someone so loyal to work for you? I mean, I can see that he does not smile with just anyone. He must be very loyal to you then.
Marcel's laugh came quite as a shock to me. I was not expecting it at all.
Did I say something funny? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no. It's just that you are
I tend to be loyal to anyone who puts a roof over my head and gives me food, and is assured of giving me their security, the hard man said, cutting Marcel off. I didn't even notice that he had been listening to our discussion, because it didn't seem like it, as he was just focusing on his own food.
Oh, that's good. You should earn your keep. Haha. Marcel just kept laughing, making me feel like I'm on the right path now, like I am saying the right thing. Before the rigid one replied me, yeah, exactly. Just as you would earn yours.
Chapter 8. Kaizen's POV. What do you mean by that? I saw the uneasiness in her eyes before she even got the words out. Have you forgotten our pact? What pact are you talking about? I do not remember making any pact with you, she said, pouting her round rose-pink lips. She is killing me with her innocence. Or should I call it naivety? Oh, so you are going to pretend that it never happened. I looked over at Marcel munching down his food, deliberately removing himself from the conversation. "Master, what do you say about someone who doesn't keep their word?" I saw him look away from his food and met my gaze, with his brows asking a silent question. "She agrees to be my slave if I saved her from a very unfortunate incident. She is about to act like she doesn't remember mind communicating with him." "Oh, I think he got the memo. The person tends to be very dishonorable and should not be taken seriously," he answered, making emphasis on the word dishonorable.
I mean, you should not say that when you don't know where this person is coming from,
she said, now trying to defend herself. It doesn't change anything. I turned to look at her, since she had decided to take the very uncomfortable position. She should have stayed where my eyes will stay on her, without having to stress myself. "Okay, I'm sorry. I said those words only because I thought that's what you wanted to hear at that moment, and I knew that's what would make you quick to answer me." "How is that?" I asked. "You know, I am sure you will also be glad to have a slave under your master." I almost busted out laughing. Even Marcel's eyes were twitching from trying to hold the laughter in. But no, now is not the time. She continued,
And I have been treated like that my whole life, so it didn't matter.
"What has she gone through exactly?" I wanted to know. Why would anyone want to hurt the little being? "We will go back to the pack by sundown, and you are coming with us," I announced. I had told Marcel that it would be better that she goes with us back to the pack today, so that she can have the protection of the pack. No one would dare touch her in there, except I allow it. It is no longer safe for her out there. Oh my God, no, please. I thought we have finally made a pact that you will protect me and keep me safe. I didn't understand her outburst. "Yeah, that's what I am doing. That's why you are coming with us. But that's where the remaining of you are. Then you will not be able to protect me there." "What are you saying, Rue?" I asked her, truly confused. "Yeah, what exactly is bothering you?" "The remaining who?" Marcel chipped in. "That's what I wanted to ask. Who the heck is she referring to?" "The remaining rogue hunters," she finally said. And I could almost spank her for concerning me so much with a thing such as this. It does not even make sense. She has been jumping to conclusions since I met her, and I know she will continue in that way. But this is the height of it. "I think now you are trying really hard to act funny. Have I ever mentioned to you about any of us being a rogue hunter? So why are you insinuating what you have not been told? I know my voice was getting elevated, and I didn't want to bring it down. She has to know when she is wrong." But despite all these, all my brain could think about was how to get her beneath me, begging me to do all the things I planned to do to her. "So you are not rogue hunters?" I heard a sense of relief there. She must have really thought that we were rogue hunters. No wonder she tried to run away this morning. "No, we are not." Thank goodness Marcel was there to reply to her. "Why are you worried about the rogue hunters? Did you do anything wrong? Were you banished from your pack for doing something wrong?" Marcel asked. And yes, I am curious about that too.
I pushed my remaining portion away from me. It was no longer appealing. I gulped down the water instead. "It's not nice at all to waste food," she said, as she dragged my food and poured the rest into her plate. Her audacity is definitely unmatched. There are plenty of people who don't have food to eat, and here you are wasting food. What would that say about your master? He is providing food for you, and you have decided to waste it.
simply because you don't feel like eating it anymore," she continued, her beautiful face looking fierce. The audacity of the girl, Marcel. Are you not enjoying yourself? I am living my life with her jokes. Don't you think she looks so much like Tonya?
Tonya! How could I forget her? How could I not have thought of her a single second since I met Rue? Tonya, my former mate, Alaria's mother, and Marcel's only sister, my only love, the one who had opened my heart to love and had also closed it when she was killed.
I looked over at Marcel, and I was somewhat glad that he was living his life with her jokes, as he has said, and to also see him mentioning his sister in a sentence and laughing hard about it was pleasing to watch. I looked at Rue as she is trying so hard to force down the food she had collected from me, trying to prove her point. I hope she succeed, and for the first time, I see what Marcel meant by her looking like Tonya. They have the same body shape, and the resemblance in the way they both speak is something to be worried about.
Tonya was really beautiful even when I watched her die 6 years ago, unable to do anything about it. She was only 27 years old, and the enemy had killed her knowing she was still weak from delivering our baby girl, Alaria.
I stood up and pushed my chair behind to aid my movement. It never ends well when I remember her. The memories of the pain and the guilt of not being able to save her never leave me. But I'd rather dwell in the sadness of losing her than let her beautiful face fade away from my heart. We should go back to the pack by noon. Rue, finish up your food, I said as I made my way into the rooms, not waiting to find out what she would make of my outburst. I didn't care. Chapter 9. Kaizen's POV. Yes, the memory won't leave, and I am not prepared for it. I felt it was better to be on the road back to the pack than stay another minute in the same room with the little beast. Her innocent look never ceases to surprise me, and the frightening resemblance between Tonya and her is something I have to watch out for. Give the girl a break, Kai. She is not the reason why we are in this mess. We will find whoever killed Tonya, and I will make him or her pay. Of course, Marcel had followed me inside.
I am sure he is also hurting as much as I do. Tonya was his only sister. It is the way he handles the loss. I am yet to learn.
It's been 6 years already, Marcel! It's been 6 years and I'm yet to catch the bastard! I only know him by his scent and nothing more. And to think I have not perceived that scent again drives me crazy. It's been 6 years and all I have is a scent that might not exist. I was frustrated. I would go back to the pack and pour myself into work.
I know you, Kai. I know you always find your way. But this is only taking longer than usual. I know you loved her. It's time to let her go now. I listened to him, and I was almost taking solace in his words. But he would not understand the pain in my heart that has refused to heal. What do you think about Rue? He asked amid my silence. What about her? Nothing? I am just asking what you think about her. I just noticed the way your whole body and thinking changes around her. You are not someone who would allow anybody to disrespect your title, but here you are agreeing to play around with it. You have managed to even put me in the middle of the whole thing. He paused, seeing my facial expression, took a step back, and continued.
I am just saying, she reminds me of my sister. I thought she would remind you of her too, he finally finished.
She is already causing too much trouble for me, and it's only been a day, I replied, turned, and picked up a change of clothes to wear. I don't understand that. You know the girl was just scared. You heard her? She thought we were rogue hunters. No wonder she ran. I don't think she has caused any trouble that is too much to handle.
I assure you that she has... Stop talking in riddles, my lord. Tell me what bothered you about her behavior.
Rue is my mate.
What?
That's the trouble. I was not sure about the exact reaction I would get from Marcel. In fact, I have not thought about it, but he should find out now before anyone else. He is my second in command. No matter what the outcome would be, I should not keep something as delicate as this from him. When did you find out? Last night. I know it's only been 6 years that Tonya left us, and he interrupted me. Have you told her? Who? Tonya? No, my lord. I mean, Rue. Have you told her? Or does she know?
No, I have not told her, and I don't think she knows anything about it. I think something happened to her before she tried to kill herself in the lake. I am going to take my time getting to know everything. Only then will I know what I will do. I reply after much thought. No.
No?
You are going to accept her as your mate and make her your Luna. In fact, that's what you must do first when we get to the pack. It's been 6 years without a mate, like you have said, and you have finally been blessed with one. You should grab onto the gift you have been given without wasting much time. It didn't matter. I was not looking for a mate, and I am still not looking for one. I am just as okay as I am right now.
You need a Luna by your side. Do you know how many men are trying to challenge you because they feel an alpha with his Luna is not completely fit to rule?
Nonsense! That is absolutely crazy! Why do I need a woman to rule my own kingdom? If you find those questioning my rule, bring their heads to me and teach the others lessons not to dare commit treason against me.
I knew I was getting angry, and I knew I was directing my anger at the wrong person. If you don't do it for anyone questioning your rule, if you don't think you should do it for yourself, do it for Ilaria. She does not have a mother figure in her life, and I'm sure she needs one. She is just too young to desperately demand one yet. There is only a little that her uncle and her father can do for her. He was right. I knew deep inside my soul that he was right, but my pride would not let me accept that. What the heck am I doing? If you don't tell her, I just might.
I will tell her. I want to do it in my own term. I have to know that she is not going to be a problem for Ilaria. Damn, I don't know a thing about her.
You would if you are not too strict. Loosen up a little bit, my friend. Don't scare the girl off. I ignored him as I made my way out of the room to wait for him to change into his own clothes without having to hear any of his talk. I'm sorry. I was not sure if I was allowed into the room, since I know you were changing, just like me. I found some clothes in the room. I wanted to ask you before wearing them, but you were not coming out of there, and I could not just come out here naked. What do you think? She twirled in front of me, giving me an unexpected view of the day. She was wearing some of Tonya's clothes that must have remained here from our former visits. I would have been annoyed, but she did so much justice to the dress. It was beautiful on her. Her body shape was fit. She is just as slender as Tonya was, her skin looking really delicate and soothing with the way she is now dressed. It felt like I was seeing her for the first time in the day. Her hair was now packed into a ponytail, making her look as innocent as she talks. Seeing her looking vulnerable and innocent in front of me brought out some long-locked desires that I thought would never see the light of the day again. I don't know who I should blame for that, the beautiful lass in front of me, or the beast inside of me. Her face looked cherry-like, with plump cheeks and big eyes looking up at me, her lips rosy and pink. I feel like ravishing them. Damn, what the heck am I thinking? A second ago, I was just talking about ways the whole thing was trouble. Now I want to devour her. The way she is willing to even show me her body and her dress willingly is driving me crazy. Is this how she does to other men? Would she have acted the same if it was Marcel and not me who came out the door? As much as I hate to put her as one of my responsibility, she is just too innocent to let go of her acting, like every man in the world is a gentleman. I feel like I am now responsible for whatever happens to her. She is my mate, after all. What else can I do about her? Where did you find the dress, Rue? Inside one of the wardrobes in the other room. I am sorry, I didn't mean to go beyond my limit. Should I just return it back? And she is soft too. How can she allow just a simple question to bother her this way? No, there is no need for you to return it. Nobody is wearing the clothes there anyway. Take as much as you want. You will be needing it. Since she does not even have any clothes to begin with. Then you should have just said that from the beginning, instead of scaring me with your harsh voice. Her disrespect, though, I can assure you, Rue, you have not encountered my harsh voice yet. Oh, please remind me not to cross you, you scare me. I wish I can stop that from happening, with you. I don't see that being possible. You cross me every time. Then I think we will have to deal with that. Would you at least tell me your name now? Why? But you already know mine, and you have started to use it however you please. I think it is only fair that I know your name too, Master. Did she already know who I am? I asked myself as I searched her face. I am not even able to read her mind right now. It is frustrating. A servant should know the names of their masters, should they not? Oh, okay, you are right. My name is Kaizen. Kaizen? A beautiful name with a beautiful face. I think I will call you Kai. No, it is Master Kaizen to you. It is only my close friends that call me Kai. That will change soon, Master Kai. I was not sure what that meant, but it didn't matter. Our conversation was interrupted. Are you all done? We should move. Marcel came to join us, pretending as if he had just not been hearing half of my conversation with Rue. The man cannot fool me. I am done. Rue, what about you? Don't you have some things you are yet to pack with you? Marcel directed the question at her, but he was looking at me. I knew he heard our conversation. How else would he have known that she still has some things should be taking, meaning Tonia's clothes? Oh yeah, the clothes. Thank you so much for reminding me. I almost forgot. And thank you for allowing me to take the clothes with me. I will use them well, she said as she hurried into the room again. What is it? He asked me. I am just thinking. I know, but what is it you are thinking about? I knew he was not just going to take my word for it. I know what I am going to do now. I have decided.
I will make her my Luna! I have just decided that I will tell her about the mating, and I will take her as my Luna to rule beside me. I don't see how it is disadvantageous to me in any way. I will teach her wherever she is lacking, and it will give Ilaria a mother figure to communicate with. just as you have said.
Good, Kai. You have made a selfless decision. I will help you protect her too. You can count on me.
Of course, I know that. We have a ceremony to plan.
Because I am giving her the position does not mean I will also give her my heart. That would never be up for a bargain. Chapter 10. Kaizen's POV.
I have always known that mating with a she-wolf means you have to bond with them thoroughly. You have to submit your loyalty to them. You have to trust them, and sometimes put their needs above yours.
At least, that was how it was with Tonya. I didn't need to question the rules. I loved her. So giving her my loyalty and my care was never something to debate about. But this thing with Rue is not something I planned for. It's not something I thought would be dropped on me without my permission. But if I have to do this for myself, my position, and Ilaria, then I will. But bonding with her at the time does not necessarily mean trusting her or loving her. I will give her my protection. That should be significantly more than she bargains for. She will have shelter and my protection, and that should be all.
It's just the way it should be done, not the way I want this done.
The carriage is ready. We have to move now if you want us to get to the pack before dinner. Marcel came up to me, disrupting my thoughts. Is she not done packing the clothes yet?
I bet she has a lot to choose from. You don't actually expect her to take everything at once. How would she carry it? Give her more time. I looked at him as if I had just not heard him right. You were the one who just said we should move if we want to meet with dinner. Now you are saying I should give her more time. Allow me to remind you, you are the one who is in a hurry here, not me. Yeah, well, you are the one who wants us to leave here in the first place. I am cutting my relaxation short because of your stubbornness. It is not my stubbornness, damn it! Do not annoy me any further. Can you grab her? Let us go. I was not in the mood for his lack of seriousness.
Will you do it now or do it later? Do what?
You know what? Tell Rue about you being her mate.
You know, I'd actually prefer if she finds out by herself. But I know she won't be able to sense anything yet, especially if she just got rejected by her first mate, I said, without realizing.
Yes, sure.
Then, as if hearing what I had just heard properly, he turned his full attention to me.
What do you mean? They rejected her? By her first mate?
Yeah, well, she has not told me anything. I happened to overhear it. She must have gone through excruciating pain breaking the bond. How did she survive that with her small body? The little beast has definitely gotten my friend. I have not seen him this worried about anyone as grown as Rue since Tonya died.
I don't know, and I don't think you should be interested in that. She is not dead. She is not dead. She is not dead. That means she survived whatever thing she went through. Now let's get over that conversation and think of the next big thing.
What can be more important than what we are saying now, Kai? She is your mate now. You have got to feel some kind of worry for her.
If I tell you I don't, will that make me a bad person? I don't know anything about her. She can as well be here to destroy everything I have built instead of helping it grow. What are you going to say when that happens? Kai, I have never known you to be worried about nothing. She is just a fragile little lass. The only thing I see is that she needs our help and our protection really well.
And that's exactly what I am giving to her. My protection. While she is in the pack,
No one tramples over her or makes her feel inferior. She belongs to me, and they will all bow to her. They will give her the same respect they will give to her. But that's the end of it. She will not have my heart.
After she has found out that you are actually the master, and I am the servant. We both laughed at that before he continued, sounding serious. I am not asking for the extreme. Protecting her is okay for me now. As long as that is sorted out, everything is good. We will see how long your heart will stay with submitting to the lass. She has not done anything out of the ordinary, but you are already behaving out of your normal conduct. I will pretend you didn't just say that to me. And to answer your first question, I will wait till we get to the pack to tell her that she is mated to me. And that would be all. I don't think that's bad too. It's all for the best. Even if it comes as a shock to her, she won't go running off and never to be seen again. We will have enough people looking for her in no time. And then we have to think about Ilaria.
What about Ilaria? I know he means well, but the topic still sounded sensitive to me.
I will have to deal with that later. Her happiness is important to me more than anything. But Mimi, if she does not like or appreciate Rue, then I will have to separate them. I know she is not open to really talking with or to anybody, and I don't expect her to start now.
I know Ilaria is another thing I have to be worried about. She means the most to me, and I will choose her happiness before anything else. If it won't be a bother, I would have preferred to just separate them from the onset. Never introduce them to each other, if only it is avoidable. Rue will be the Luna, of course. They have to meet each other one way or the other. Hello. I am sorry I took so much time. I just could not find a perfect carrier, she said, popping out of the room, without so much of a problem, not knowing the effect she was having on every one of us. On me. It's okay, lass. You don't need to bother about that at all. I should have known you would have difficulty. It is my fault that I didn't offer to help. Come, let's go. The coachman is already waiting for us. Marcel replied her as we made our way to the carriage.
My lord, the coachman greeted, with his head tilted to one side.
I could see Rue almost fighting herself, trying to disseminate who the coachman was, necessarily tilting his head for. It didn't matter. I and Marcel are both his master.
Everything was settled. For the time being, we now have to see where the rest leads us.
It didn't take long before we reached the pack, and she didn't say much throughout the journey. She just looked around the whole place as we passed. She seemed captivated by it, and to be honest, I would be offended if she didn't. The way to Crescent Pack is truly beautiful, with all its natural views and all the peaceful and fresh atmosphere that surrounds it. And then the pack itself. We are a rich pack. I have built it up to a point where I no longer have to use the help of other packs. Instead of that, they all come to the pack for help, and I only give my help to any pack that has in the past been a help to us, or a pack that has been loyal to me and my pack in ways that I cannot comprehend, and I cannot bear to turn them back. We have werewolves from another pack who come here as they please, to look for tangible jobs to help them feed their families. We allow that as long as they don't go against the rules of the pack, and as long as they are not there to spy. Some of them have been established and have decided to stay back permanently. I don't mind. They are a great help to the pack one way or another. Of course, these people have been scrutinized really well, and we know for sure that they are not a danger to the pack, but an advantage. We are here, Marcel announced, just as the coachman signaled to us, and I could swear I saw her eyes light up. I felt pleased. She must like what she sees. Marcel came down first to help her down from the carriage. Then I went out after them. It had only been a few days, but I feel like I have been gone for too long. There is no need to try to escape my duties any further, because, at the end of the day, the important ones wait for me until I get back from my escapades. I didn't wait to reply to anyone on my way. I just wanted to see my daughter before attending to any of the elders. I know I have so much on my plate.
Papa, my little angel! The sound of her happy squeal of laughter rang in my ear.
Immediately I set my eyes on her tiny body. I knew I had done wrong by leaving her with her nanny, while I go to find my own pleasure. She didn't meet with her uncle's open arms, or even the shout of her nanny telling her to stop running.
My baby, she jumped into my arms, just where she belonged.
I don't like that you left me with the nasty nanny. I don't like her very much, she said, just like she had always said about the other nannies that have come and gone. It is not a new development. I guess I have to dismiss this one again.
I am sorry, my love. I will tell you when I want to leave another time. No, I don't want you to leave at all. Stay with me till the end of time. Of course, my darling. Will you allow Papa to go inside, to undress and have a warm bath? Me too. I knew she would like the idea very much. Where did you find this beautiful miss? Her voice sounded in front of me. I almost forgot that Rue was beside me, until she made a mention of her.
This beautiful miss will be leaving with us from now on.
Yes!
She shouted happily.
Yes, I have never heard her happy to meet anyone at all, especially not when I just announced that she is going to be living with us.
And the most surprising thing of all, she was making her way to get out of my arms. I looked at Marcel, but he was already looking at me, surprised as well. She made her way to Rue and asked, with her big eyes gazing at her,
"What's your name?"
Chapter 11, Rue's POV. I bent down so I could be on par with the little girl. She was beautiful. I have never seen a little girl as delicate as she is, and she turned out to be this man's daughter. I didn't even know he had a daughter. Does it also mean he has a mate? Oh, that would be quite hard to believe, I thought to myself. Who would be able to put up with someone like him? Someone who only thinks about himself and is rude and unbecoming like him. At least he is kind to his daughter, and that's beautiful to watch. But then seeing her come to me was unexpected. She has the same beautiful eyes as her father, but her hair looks a little bit different. Probably better. Hi, my name is Rue, I replied her. That's pretty. Rue what? What's your surname? Oh, darling, I don't have a surname. But why? Everyone has a surname, and she is smart too. Her beautiful tiny voice was almost like a song to my ears. From all the children I have ever had to babysit, no one has ever been this kind to me. Even their curiosities were rude, and their parents didn't bother to caution them, but rather they would encourage more of it by answering their questions about me by themselves. Yet this one, you can feel the genuine interest in her questions.
Hey, don't ask questions like that!
Her father bent down with us, and I will not lie, I was surprised. I have not seen him so close before. The girl looked up at him with puppy eyes, already feeling guilty about her question.
No! It's okay! I am okay!
I took my attention away from him and faced his daughter. They both looked more alike than I thought. Look at me. I am fine. It's okay to ask questions, especially when you are genuine about it. I was not given a surname. I have never had one, so just Rue should be good. What about you? What's your name?
Ilaria! My name is Ilaria! But I won't tell you my surname now until I find you a surname. She sounded happy and looked like she was keeping a big secret. She was enjoying herself. She then looked up to her father again, with a happy look this time, and asked so innocently, "We will find her a surname, right, Papa?" At that moment he looked at me, and then slowly replied to her,
Yes, whatever you say, Princess. Have you thought of one yet? He was still looking at me as he said those words, and it made me feel quite uncomfortable. Not the words, but the way he was looking at me.
"No, Papa, I have not, but I will. We will find it together, won't we?" She was saying it like she had a special place to look for surnames.
Yes, we will, he replied.
Liar! I knew he was lying only because he wanted the matter to rest. He was not planning to do anything.
Papa, I want her!
That took me unexpectedly. In fact, it was a shock to everyone present. What does she even mean by that?
What do you mean, Princess?
She is the one that I want. I want her to be the one to take care of me. What? That's it? Of course!
I'd be happy to. In fact, I am honored, I said.
Yay! Come, she put her tiny hands in mine. Let's go to my room. After a few tiny steps, she turned to her father as if she had just forgotten that he was there. Papa, I am not taking the warm bath again today. What about tomorrow? You will be okay without me, right? But we will be in the same house, so you won't miss me. She started moving again, with her tiny hands still in between mine.
My eyes caught his facial expression before turning away completely. I don't know if I should be worried about the facial expression or if I should be happy. It was not clear enough. His lips pressed together as if he was angry, or maybe he was just thinking about something. It didn't matter. Someone else was already making me at home in the beautiful pack.
Let's go to the Council of Elders. I will have that meeting now, I heard him say from the back. The position we had just left, and it was definitely not Marcel. I know Marcel's voice now to an extent, and it was definitely not him sounding like that.
What business has he got with the council members of a pack? Has he committed a crime? Or is it because of Marcel? I was curious because deep down I don't really want them to punish him for anything. His strides were quicker than ours, and in no time I was looking at the back of his head in front of us, and the heads of so many others who have now joined them, the way he walked by and forward, so graciously, so king-like. But of course, he completely ignored us. But I know it is only going to be for a while. Marcel will protect him, and since he is going with him, he will not allow his loyal servant to be punished unjustly. I know that. Marcel is a good master. He has been kind to me even though he has only known me for a day. Don't worry. Papa will come back soon. He is very kind, and he will make you feel at home. Just to you, baby girl, he has never been kind to me. I thought to myself, of course, I'm not going to talk badly about her father in front of her. What if she reports me? Oh, I'm sure he will. How long do we need to go to get to your place? I asked, because it was taking a longer time than I thought it should, and it was beginning to seem like she was missing her way.
It's soon. We will get there soon, she said confidently. This whole time her nanny is walking behind us, slowly. Maybe she does not want to be noticed, or she is just too tired to catch up. I pity the woman already. She does not look fit for the job. What she needs is rest and a good full-body massage.
Don't worry yourself about her, Ilaria said, holding my hand tightly. That's how she is always, and she is unkind to me too. She must have noticed my attention shift to the nanny. They don't usually last very long, because I don't accept their wicked ways. They don't give me my food on time, and they don't let me take warm baths. Warm baths must mean so much to her. Either way, both are suffering, both the employee and the employer. It didn't take much longer before we finally walked to the house. I knew we were there before she even made any comment, since now she was walking straight ahead instead of her zigzag way of walking. And just to be very honest, the building is very beautiful. Really beautiful indeed. I wonder how it would look inside if the outside looked like this. I can say it was the first of its kind I have ever had to lay my eyes on in my entire life, better than I ever saw in Blue Moon Pack. I think I'm going to like it here very much, majorly because of the greens and plenty of fresh air around the place. I feel like I can finally breathe. It has a neoclassical front facade. It has some really exotic statues, arches, and columns that were said to be of Corinthian and Tuscan designs, and some guards stayed getting some instructions from someone who seemed to be their commander. The walls are painted, and they are so beautiful. They can seem to hit on the right color. It looks like a mixture of 2 to 3 colors, but it doesn't matter. It all looks very beautiful. As we got closer to the guards, I swear I saw the one that seemed to be the commander go in shock for like a few seconds, as if he had just seen a ghost. A ghost. But I know it would not be me. I have never seen the man before, so I wonder why he looked at me that way, as if I was a long-lost sister or family, and before I could straighten up from helping Illyria, who was having difficulty climbing the steps, he was already facing the guards, looking at them so seriously, as if he had not just seen me. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it was me who saw it wrongly. We finally entered the building, and all I could mutter was, "Wow, the interior is truly beautiful, and they have this elegant chandelier and paintings on the ceiling, which would definitely be from a very prominent painter. Come, let's go to my room. I want you to see my room," she said, dragging me with her when she noticed I was taking my time to take in everything I was seeing. It might not mean so much to her since she was born into this beauty and wealth, but it meant everything to me. And does this mean I will also be living in this building? Does Mr. Marcel live in here too? Or is there still a bigger place than this?
No, Uncle Marcel does not live here with us. He has his own place.
Oh, I thought as much. This could not be the biggest place. Where would the Alpha stay then? But Uncle Marcel's place is not bigger than ours. My papa has the biggest house in our pack because rules over the whole land, she replied casually. He rules the whole pack? I asked again, since it didn't seem like I heard her well.
Yes, he is the Alpha, she said. Then I knew I was in trouble. I have been rude to the Alpha of Crescent Pack all this while? Does this mean I have been played with? He went along with the whole thing. Marcel went along with it, making it look like he is the ruler, not him. Even with that, I never thought Marcel would be the Alpha of the pack. The best thing to do is to avoid him until I see Marcel. He is the only one I can meet and put my frustrations and anger out on. They have played with my intelligence. Papa! I could hear Illyria squeak as she released her tiny hand from mine and ran away from me. Did she just say Papa? I thought he went to a meeting. My princess. That's when I saw him. He was coming out of the rooms. He met her along the way, gathering her into his arms. Nowhere to go. No hidden corner to run to. What do? I just hope my panic won't show on my body. I wanted to enter into the floor. Why did I have to find out this way? Papa, I thought you left me again.
You know I would never leave you. I can say it was you who left me for someone new." He then looked at me. "I thought you went for a meeting," I muttered. I was not sure if he heard me, or even if I wanted him to. I just had to say something. "Yeah, I canceled it. I was hoping to spend time with Ilaria. I have left her for too long."
I guess it's true then. You are the alpha of Crescent Pack.
I looked him in the eye, daring him to say something else. I didn't know where the strength came from, but I'm glad it did. "You must have found out then. Ilaria here must have gotten herself busy," he said, tapping the tip of her nose. "Really? That's all he is going to say?" "I think you should know one more thing," he said, looking all serious. "You are the Luna of the pack."
What? Huh?
"You are my mate, my second chance mate." And that brings us to the end of this story. Thank you for listening all the way through. We hope this audiobook kept you entertained and left you wanting more. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like this video.
Subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what kind of stories you'd like to hear next. There are plenty more full audiobooks waiting for you here, so be sure to check out the channel for your next great listen. Until next time, happy listening.